In this week's episode, I'm going to share the one line you never want to hear as a creative entrepreneur. I can't afford you. Your proposal was too much. Welcome to another episode of Casual Mondays. Fortunately, unfortunately, this isn't about money, but this business is completely about money because we wouldn't do it if we weren't getting paid for it. Every time you undercharge, you're not only devaluing your work, but you're devaluing our whole agency because together we must stand and fight to get paid correctly for the efforts that we make to do great work in the world. So this story starts with, I get introduced from an old friend. He's saying, I have this client, totally gonna like you. You should meet with them. So to give context, this starts with a Zoom call. I was really lucky. My partner was actually in the same city as this person. So they were in person and I was over the phone. Classic, present the credentials, get to meet each other, and instant chemistry. I'm super excited. It was a heritage brand that that was looking for revival. I knew the brand from when I was younger and I got super psyched. Okay, so I'll tell you the client. The client is, but it's not about that. So let's get to it. Send a proposal, and there's crickets. Nothing is more frustrating than sending an email and not knowing, like, did they even open the email? Like, did it go into the junk? Okay, the first day you're like, did they open the email? Day 2, wait, did it go to junk mail? Day 3, maybe it was just like didn't have any budget. Day 4, fuck, like it's like almost like that, like after the first date, when do I call? It's like, do I call? I honestly believe transparency is one of my values. So after a couple days, I always send an email being, again, great meeting, sent the proposal a couple days ago. Do you need anything else? That's what I usually say. I don't say, did you open it? What's going on? I kind of give an open-ended question to be like, do you need anything else? Because there might be something else, basically kind of showing that there is more to this. We're moving. We're already on the road together. So let's get going. I get get an email back that says, can you hop on a call? We hop on a call, and the line of all lines, the one line that no creative and entrepreneur wants to hear, I don't have the budget to do all this. And it's that kind of like lets you down easily. It's not you, it's me. This proposal is great. You guys are an amazing agency. I just don't have this budget. It's me. And I'm like, well, what budget do you have? Is honestly the next question. So fortunately, I was actually traveling to that city where the company was. So I was like, let's meet in person. So I even I do a thing when I'm meeting with someone where let's stop talking about money. I believe that connection's invaluable. So I'm like, let me connect with the person. So I met with them. I even shared a couple of ideas, not in presentation form, just like over conversation. Oh my God, when I saw your brand, I thought of this, I thought of that. So it's like always, I have to be honest, like in non-presentation form, I do give away ideas usually, verbally in early meetings when I'm excited about brand, because I just have the ideas and I'm just excited to like share them, and just that enthusiasm and excitement, I think, is a really good tool to like really connect with the client, because again, this person is so focused on like solving the challenge of their business. Anything you could show that you're on this path with them and create that bond early is really important. So what to do now? You've presented a proposal at a certain scale, and they present a budget that is, I kind of think that one was probably half what we presented. You can't go back and then just cut your services in half for a couple of reasons. A, what kind of business are you running? There had to be obviously my proposals are based on like a staff plan, time allocated, and to deliver a certain product, right? You can't just like go into Rolex and be like, oh, I want a Rolex for half the price. Like, okay, cool. We're going to like take the dial off of it. So we give you a watch with no dial. Like, no, we have to kind of go back and understand, like, you have to ask yourself honestly, okay, it's half the price, right? I go back to my classic fun, fame, fortune. Okay, obviously this is not a client that's going to go into fortune. So is this client going to be fun, and can I do famous work for it? And the answer to this one was yes. So now you say, okay, in the way that I've kind of broken it down, can we can we do this in a quicker amount of time, which means we can charge less? B, can we pull out some of the deliverables? Well, some of the deliverables that I thought were needed, maybe unneeded, that can also satisfy the client, make them psyched. And then C, is there growth opportunity, right? To me, like, what is the value of this client, right? So maybe working with this client, there'll be a long-term relationship for other work. Maybe we could actually, like, doing client, we can win more work out of it. So I also find the value outside of financials to really get me psyched and excited. So now I go in, I present that new proposal based on the budget they told me, And this one was, I wish this one was a happy ending, but unfortunately, crickets for like a couple of days. And then the email came, thank you so much for your effort and your amazing job at a very clear and concise proposal, but we can't move forward right now. Let's talk again in a couple of months when we get past a certain part of the phase. So the moral of the story is you need to keep the value of your services high. And we can't go out there just like doing all these jobs for cost because again, it doesn't only lower the value of your work, but it lowers the work of our industry. So I wish I had a joyous and triumphant ending to this wonderful tale, but unfortunately, I never worked with that client. We still keep in touch. I have much respect for the brand and I understand where they're at. Sometimes it's not meant to be. And guess what? If a client can't afford you, find one that can. So, peace.